Hello everyone, I'm Silverraptor and welcome back to another regular Wargame Red Dragon game where I'll be playing with the USA deck that I have in my repertoire. Its deck code's also down in the description down below if you guys enjoy the video that you're about to see and the decks that I'm using. So yep, like I said over here, I'm the USA. I have been shelved again into this town. Let's see if I can keep take it this time. Keep up my winning streak that I got from the last time playing this map. And so I'm going to just start off on the bat. So at the start here, I have a couple of daps, a Super Cobra and a regular Cobra. They're the scout out ahead for me. Because here I have a land convoy right here. Humvees are going to get there first, of course, because they are wheeled. And I started moving my Humvee. Kent was a little late to get his CV out, but not a big deal. As you can see, I'm actually sending my Humvee, which, despite the move fast, is ignoring the road and is going here instead. But Humvee's going to go around, take the long road here so that they don't see it coming down this road, and it can go and try to blockade Echo. So instantly I move up. I split up my daps a bit to try to get better coverage. And the Cobra is moving up. It does have good optics, but you can miss some things. And at the start, I see that there's Mi-24Vs. Now, I'm still trying to remember what every unit does by their designation. So I figure these are Iglas, so I quickly try to send out my Cobra. And my DAP, I just remembered, is a little short on range. I send the other one to see if he can try to kill him, but the Mi-24Vs are too quickly to be able to shoot it down with the Iglas. So I still have my Humvee going to go and press for it. I see the Kula, I see the Mi-24Vs, and I'm trying to get up into the town right here. Missiles are coming in, but I managed to quickly unload all of my Delta Force. My Humvees are going to go quickly sweep over to the left, trying to waste up their rocket pods and missiles as they come forward. That is my Delta Force does try to get into the town. The rest of my land convoy is going to try to take over into this forest, but they've got a Ka-52 with exceptional optics. It's going to see a lot of my vehicles and such, as a lot of my Marines are damaged, and I lose quite a bit of vehicles at the start. So they did a heli rush onto me. The rest of my allies are a little bit better off. They are starting to push their way into the middle, but now the heli rush helicopters are now actually shifting over to engage Kent here in the middle. These two Leclercs are going to reverse and try to stay alive. Ka-52 is moving up, and he doesn't have really any AA to try to stop them. Leclercs are in full reverse retreat as more helicopters are unloading such. Conquerors M, they're really pushing over here into the middle. I figured they had so many helicopters, this would probably be light and forces here, but nope. My Delta Force are now completely surrounded by, looks like, Commandozi, based on the elite status and the fact that there are 15 of them. My Humvee did manage to make it into the forest region, and I have my Cobra and Super Cobra did survive. They hid behind the mountains so that these anti-air helos wouldn't be able to get them. And for some reason, despite the fact there's no AA, a lot of his helicopters have gone into retreat. Mi-24A? Why on earth did you get that when you get the Mi-24D? I'm not sure. But looks like over here we've got Kiko has a better AA front over here. Delta Force is going to try to hold off the Commandozi as best they can. Two M2A2 Bradleys are going to try to engage with their Bushmaster, see if they can help out the Delta Force. As you can see, the Delta Force are falling quite quickly to 6 Commandozis bearing down straight on top of them. The Commandozi are even elite as well. So that's a lot of points that are in there, and they have successfully taken the town. Meanwhile, I'm trying to quickly get my troops into position into this forest here and try to hold off a more defensive wall. I'm even moving my CEV that I brought at the start here. It does have 8 HE power, which would be invaluable in taking out large amounts of infantry. Ooh, nice spike there. Milan 2 is going to be trying to engage these Vidras, but they are shaken, and Milan 2s don't generally have a very good accuracy rate with their ATGMs. And whoa, what's with this lag? Okay, stabilize my computer. Stabilize. Vidras are engaging against that VAB. That poor VAB had like 4 rocket missiles heading straight for it. So I'm trying to reconsolidate. I'm bringing up some mortars. I'm getting my forces all grouped together, as well as the Stinger Cs. I want to be able to shoot down those helicopters because they have a lot of them. And here they send the Carton Yakaris. My U.S. Marines are going to try to hold them off. but the Kartanyakaris are pretty shock trained and fairly valuable assault troops themselves. I'm reorganizing my infantry into a better consolidated defensive position. Stinger C is going to be moving over. He's even moving up a couple of T-72Ss. Bradley's get a brief glimpse of them, but miss, and now they're hidden behind the tree line. Other M2A2 Bradley is going to try to engage, but instead T-72Ss do hit the Bradley M2. Cho misses entirely, but the Yakaris are pushed back as the SPAWs and the U.S. Marines are going to be able to force back the Tartan Yakaris. I move up my Super Cobra because it has its own TOW-2 missiles. It's going to try to engage those T-72Ss. One does go down to a successful hit with the T-72S. Cobra is also going to be able to use its many rocket pods here to park these Tartan Yakaris. T-72S is trying to move up for some reason. Super Cobra's lost line of sight, but it's going to quickly reacquire it again with the TOW-2. But again, loses permanent line of sight, and I decide it is time to back up. They did push the enemy. We did kind of push back the enemy quite a bit. They did lose quite a lot of forces there. And a bunch of bombs have come in. MiG-31M flying overhead, so they are definitely ready for anything. I'm going to be bringing up a HEM to try to reinforce my last Marine squad here. What is that sniper rifle sound? I do not know. That is weird. But anyways, we've kind of gotten this all squared away. Super Cobra and Cobra are going to be flying back. I got another M1A2 Bradley. Moving in, it's got a couple of Stingers in there as well. I think my game might be glitched because I think that's just a recurring sniper rifle sound. Oh, now it's gone. Okay. In the meanwhile, Kiko is pushing up onto the left-hand side. He's got some green jackets that are going to be providing some valuable recon. Make sure nothing tries to flank us over here on the left. In the meanwhile, I have very lack of recon, and I am very aware of this. I will want to try to rectify the problem, but given they have so much expensive stuff here, and they've got a lot of helicopters, I wanted to make sure that our front line didn't collapse. And it seems like Kiko's going to be bringing up a ferret. That should help our recon quite a bit. There's some there's some pores coming up against the green jacket. Green jacket engaging with its light machine gun. Going to be able to take those out if that light machine gun can ever hit. Now the L1A1s are going to be engaging, but the HT-40s are going to kill them with their rocket pods. That's unfortunate. And don't know if they got the last of the ATGM squad that they were fielding there. BPM 120 is engaging where I guess some forces are, so we are kind of stabilizing, but we are definitely bringing up more AA. We've got a Roland 3 out, radar guided, so it does need to be aware of seed, but for the time being, it's all right. Here it is. It's the GRU. I guess they were actually firing on enemy forces. More mortars are coming straight in on top of them. Ooh, that was a pretty good hit. Another Kartan Yakari are going to be coming up again. My U.S. Marines are not going to stand a chance. They're going to need assistance by the CEV, which instantly cuts their numbers down to half with that huge, massive 8HE explosion. It is taking quite a bit of ATGM fire to the front. Does manage to fire another huge volley. It does massive damage to the Kartan Yakaris. They are stunned, but they are going to recover quite quickly and take it out as it was down to 1 health. And I used that covering fire to quickly get my HEM to my Chaparral and my Stingers to start bailing out and try to get away from where those enemy forces are. My M2A2 Bradley is moving over a bit to try to see if it can help them out, but it detracts itself right out in the open. Of course it would. And it's unable to help anybody. Roland 3 is coming in, as well as the Stormer coming up in the MiG-29S, which was going like a bombing run. Missed its bombing run mark. As the GRU is indeed revealed by the cannon, and is going to be engaged by the Fuchs and the cannon. And I think they might have taken them out. Not too sure. We've got a Sissy squad with the Dragunov. Going to be engaging by Stinger C. Going to pick off these 4 men, one after the other. The LVTP is going to try to engage with its grenade launcher, but not enough to stop the Sissy from killing my Stinger Cs. U.S. Marines are going to be charging forward, though, and I do know the Kartan Yakaris are quite heavily damaged. Mortars coming in as well to try to soften them up. as my U.S. Marines are going to lead the charge, and they're going to be quickly backed up by the LVTP-7A1, as well as another CEV is going to be brought on in. Tank went over here onto the right-hand side as my Bradley moved over, again, to provide a little bit more covering fire, and I'm just trying to quickly stabilize. I did see that that tank went over here, so I'm going to instantly move my Cobra and Super Cobra over. U.S. Marines come instantly against some Commandosis, and I knew that they are lost. And overhead, we've got a fighter jet flying over, as well as a number of Scots 2s. Looks like they moved all their APCs over here to cover what's going on. And as I can see, I have been outflanked by a bunch of helicopters with HEGAA. I knew that these were dead, so I decided to try to stop and fight, do as much damage as I could with the Vulcan gun. But I knew they could not run, and so the only thing they could do is fight. So they have a bunch of helicopters over here on the right-hand side. Definitely need to be mindful of that. And they've got it pretty outplayed. I'm pretty stretched thin. My side is a weak spot that they could easily exploit. And they've got this town. So, and looks like they've got a, what is that? I'm not sure what that was. Maybe an SU-24. I'm not sure. And anyways, I managed to bring up more U.S. Marines. I'm going to hopefully, with the LVTPs, going to be able to take on the Commandosi. Commandosi going to be able to engage with the Bradley machine gun and frag grenades, or at least one of them is. Going to do quite a bit of damage to the Commandosi as the U.S. Marines are going to try to move forward. One of the LVTPs do manage to survive a shot from the Commandosi. But it is stunned and does get taken out. F-16 flies overhead, and I'm not sure what it was going for. I think it was just trying to find a something to kill, and it may have found a plane that it shot down as well. Tornado F2 is going to be on the back end of an SU-27PU. That is not something that you want to have happen. So that's an unfortunate kill on their part. I'm pretty sure I did kill a plane, but unfortunately, the model has not loaded. That's unfortunate. Chaparral has moved over to try to engage the Mi-24A. Right here. Backed up by the Roland 3, which missed. Both missiles could come in, but the Chaparral does get the killing blow, and the Mi-24A is taken out. It flies off into oblivion. Bradleys and Stingers are in good position. I was expecting them to try to counter my Chaparral. Was not going to make it easy for them. My LVTP takes a side shot by the tank again, but this time Kent is decided to back me up. He's got some Chasseurs moving forward, Chasseurs 85s, and they are decent for 15 points. Better standing still than moving forward, but they've got that FAMAS to try to hold them off. And the Gazelle does indeed find that there are Scots all around. I have an M1A1 Abrams. The reason why is I brawled it in. I wanted to bring it up to the front line and forgot about it for a little while. Gazelle is going to try to engage one of the Scott 2s with its rocket pods. Half its rocket pods spent. It's going to try to quickly rearm and reload. Manages to hit the Scott 2, so that's the 2 volleys that are done. Lynx 3, they're moving up with their Hellfire missiles. They're going to be chasing down those Scott 2s. They need to really be moving, not standing still, because the Scott 2s are in full retreat, as the lag has shown its face again. Commandosi are again moving forward. I'm moving up my laggers, my Lad Stinger Cs, in case they bring forward some more helicopters, as artillery, I guess mortar fire is coming where I think is because I saw a helicopter that was landing somewhere. I'm trying to guess where that is. A Twardy's even moving up as a Chasseurs are going to try to hold off the Commandosi. But don't worry. I was bringing in a Nighthawk, but then I saw that there was SU-27PU that was flying around, and that was a bit too risky. So my longbow does come up forward to engage enemy forces. Fires a couple of missiles, takes out the Twardy, takes out the T-72S, which stalls their push, but the Ito 90 did take out my longbow. And I do remember taking out the Twardy with that longbow at this moment, so definitely 2 expensive tanks, but able to hold them off. Stinger C is going to open up because of those Mi-8Ts, but instantly gets taken out by the tank that's hiding in the bush. Kiko Stormer and my Chaparral flank these 2 helicopters and are going to start taking them out one at a time. Another couple of Mi-8Ts are taken out as my Nighthawk does successfully come in and takes out those Commandosi that were sitting in town. Bradley's going to be engaging with its Bushmaster, taking out the MIAC before its rocket pods can provide any sort of trouble. Does indeed take it out. Its Panzer Grenadiers are going to be moving up with their 24 AP power. That T-72S is going to have quite a bit of trouble taking it out. And it looks like they've thrown everything over here onto the right-hand side because my two allies are having it easy. They've actually successfully pushed them completely out of Foxtrot and starting to begin to push into Hotel, where they only have AA at the front line. It's kind of a clue that they don't have much. So I am literally fighting a lot of enemy forces here. A lot of their concentrated forces are here on this town. My CEV is moving up a bit, but U.S. Marines are trying to quickly run up and try to defend it. So it did get into the town, and I know the enemy forces are going to be there, but the CEV is stopped, ready to engage. U.S. Marines are going to try to come forward, shield it, try to be the bullet sponges. But the Ranikar Yakaris do get the CEV first, but CEV managed to get the first shot and managed to stun them up and quickly take them out. CEV did take a little bit of a hit as the T-72S does move up. U.S. Marines are going to be engaging as I bring in an F-15D Eagle. Takes out one of the things, but the tank does survive the huge bombs. As the helicopter rush push of Akulas and KA-52s are again over here on the right-hand side, forcing Kiko into a retreat. Looks like Kiko may have lost the Lynx 3 in the process, and I might lose his Abrams if I do not, if those helicopters come forward. But it looks like they are actually going to back off. They scared off the helicopters, they did their job. Last U.S. Marine survivor standing, running, trying to make it back to the front line, and everyone is in the hemp is hurrying. Hurry, move, move, move! We've got 14 more guys if you could just get here. Because that's how Wargame works. Emulates real life. Grow men out of hemps. Another Nighthawk is coming in. I know that the enemy forces... I think I saw this because the tank was retreating here into the tree line. I dropped the bombs. Unfortunately, one of the missiles do hit. Critical hit. And the bombs fail to kill the T-72S tank. I'm just going to neutral. And the T-72S was actually well away from where those bombs actually landed. So, I lost it for nothing, but I just had to try it. Well, now I need reinforcements. And so here in some Humvees, quickly arriving are some Delta Force. As for some reason in this US deck, Delta Force seem to be my main frontline infantry, as they are the cheapest infantry to bring in. Humvees deciding they want to go completely off-road. That's because I wanted to actually them come up on this road so that they don't come up here and be hit by any potential tank hiding into this forest line. US Marines are quickly restocking their numbers with this hemp that's just resupply, that's there to resupply. Looks like some random artillery is going to be coming in where this Burns Group A CV is, but so far it's not, doesn't hit. Commando Marines have again gained the Karten Yakari, so it's just basically been a lot of 15-man squads engaging into this forest. It's been a very interesting game. XA-180 is coming forward, and again, my D-Eagle is going to be moving up. A MiG-29 913 is going to engage with its 2 Vipil missiles. One hit, but the other does miss, as my 4 1,000 kilogram bombs do move forward and help take out one of the whole squad of Captain Yakari and greatly reduce their numbers. AMX-10P is going to be engaged with the autocannon, picking them off as the Mod is going to be moving up, as well as XA-185 with his Bushmaster also moving forward. Mod's going to engage, and those APCs are going to be taken out, but the Commando Marines are going to be able to live to fight another day. If they could get close to that Mod, they could take it out. They do have, 19 AP, maybe not. Looks like some Paddle Branchley are engaging some SAS. SAS are not going to win that fight. They need to have some backup quickly, and they have some Lynx AA-7s that are going to be moving up. And they'll be able to take out those Paddle Branchley as they come over the mountainside. And looks like some Mechazonia Pez have also appeared. They're going to be engaging those SAS. And there, the Paddle Branchley get to meet the lovely taste of British rockets. In the meanwhile, some Rocket and Yak are either engaging against my Delta Force, which are backed up by the Commando Marines. Delta Force, Mr. MP5 SDs. I think that SD is like for silence, both silence and such. Not entirely sure, but mortars are coming in. Going to do quite a number on the Delta Force U.S. Marines. T-72S is engaged in M1A1 Abrams, which I tried to move forward to take it out. The weapons did jam, and I failed to notice, so I do lose the M1. Massive plane battle comes in as my F-16s take out a couple planes. Fortunately, they do die, but they do lead the Su-27PUs into our AA net, which is what I was planning to do. I lost a Chaparral, but we did take out one of the Su-27PUs as the Stormer and the Chaparral tried to fire and missed against the other. More Chaparrals coming, because I know they have quite a lot of helicopters. Need to definitely shore up those defenses. The Delta Force have all been taken out. There's only one last load of Commando Marines, but LVTPs are already bringing in some reinforcements of more U.S. Marine 90s forward, as we are not going to let them have this forest to stage in without a fight. As you can see, I've smoked off this town. This was preparing for an invasion, but when they attacked first, I decided eventually just to keep smoking this area, and they have no idea if we are going to be pushing forward or not, and then we can just decide at our leisure when to actually start walking forward. So again, my mortars are going to be smoking out this area, even though we're not going to be moving forward at any time soon. I'm bringing forward my other longbow to engage. I know these things have fire and forget missiles. That's their unique trait about them. Going to be hiding back here into like the valley area, waiting to be called upon in case I see a tank. MiG-27S is going to be dropping some bombs. Trying to guess where I was going to drop off the U.S. Marines and failed to guess correctly. LVTPs moved out of the forest a bit, as it looks like there's going to be some artillery that's also going to be coming in against these Humvees, which is unfortunate. The Browning machine guns of Humvees do help with providing a little bit of suppression fire support. Smoke still coming in, but I do know that 30 U.S. Marines are not going to take the town, especially since I'm pretty sure they still have 6 squads of Commandozi still into this forest line. Do not want to engage into suicide pattern right there. So it's just again into the reload time. Delphin is taken out by the F4WKWS. It dropped a bunch of napalm, but it looks like these SAS do escape with their lives, and they're going to be retreating. Quick to the stalwarts to grow more men. Ooh. Mars is going to be opening up against a HE barrage here, and it looks like he may have actually killed something into this forest. He actually killed the CV. Nice cluster munition. Mars is cluster, right? Yes, it is. Perfect. Su-27PU is flying over here onto the right-hand side yet again. Hempt is moving up to replace, well, not replace, it actually went back to refuel to get the supply back. It's going to be coming up and staged in position to resupply all of our troops. Su-27PU is going to engage the F4WKWS. Does take out one of the K4W, but the Tornado is going to engage, and just so many missiles are finally, the Su-27PU does go down, but that ECM was really spot on, keeping it alive. Looks like a huge bomb landed really close to US Marines. Unfortunately, none actually died. Both my LVTPs are taken out, as for some reason deep inside this leveled forest they were hidden. Who knew? US Marines are now also revealed, as the Bradley is going to try to hold them off with his Bushmaster. I turned off the Mini-Me, try to see if I can have them escape, as the Su-24M is going to be dropping a whole load of bombs against these AMX 10Ps, but they do survive, luckily. Bradley is continuing to engage as the Su-24 is flying overhead with anti-radar missiles. AMX-10 is also engaging with its main gun, as TOW 2 from the Bradley does veer again off course and misses entirely. So Bradleys haven't been too effective with this very little small window to being able to engage. Mod is revealed, but does lose sight at the last second, so the TOW 2 is again useless and fires the last 2 of its TOW 2 missiles. MiG-29S is moving forward as Chaparral is firing, hits, but doesn't quite kill. Mi-24Ps are taken down as they're flying a little too close together, as they do have a bunch of helicopters over here on the right-hand side. U.S. Marines are going to be holding off against these Carton-Yakaris as they are doing another massive push. This time, less infantry, more vehicles. But the U.S. Marines are going to be backed up by the Chasseurs, and they are going to be holding. So I do forget to turn on the Mini-Me again, so they are only engaging with their M16, effectively having their firepower. AMX-10 does hit the mod as my longbow is finally moved in to engage. Going to be trying to clear off some of these vehicles that are flying overhead. Ferret fires with its swing fire missile. And misses quite a number of times. First, longbow does take out that vehicle, which did seem to have some infantry inside. A couple of other Hellfire missiles. One hits the T-72S. My TTS recon is taken out by the T-72S as my longbow is moving to the side a bit. I wanted to get into another position to be able to take out this push onto the left-hand side, but I quickly stop it and tell it to fire another Fire Forget missile, which does successfully hit that T-72 just as it was trying to get around the building. Longbow moves up and engages the ITO-90, successfully takes it out, essentially eliminating any of the threat of AA in the field. Takes out another T-72S as the longbow, damaged and near out of the Hellfires, goes to retreat to try to repair and rearm. Patriot is also in position with its radar off. A trick fire shot from the longbow does take out, looks like another ITO-90. That was very nicely done on the longbow's part. Going to go to retreat. Says, oh yeah, that AA piece. Don't want that either. Riflemen and U.S. Marines are going to be moving up with the Chasseurs, engaging these Yakaris. They're backed up by the mortars that are engaging them directly on. U.S. Marines again forgot to turn on the Mini-Me, so they are not engaging with their light machine gun. Combat Dozy reveal that they are indeed still there. AMX-10's RC is going to be engaging there as well to move up the Humvees with their 1,000 meter range. They'll be able to engage any infantry forces that reveal themselves into this forest line. Riflemen and 90s and U.S. Marines still engaging, duking it out, as artillery is going to be coming in against these forces as well. I decide time to cut the losses, time to go into retreat. U.S. Riflemen 90s and U.S. Marines are going to retreat as the mortars kill off the last of the Yakaris there. Can the U.S. Marines survive? Well, looks like they just barely outran the mortars as my Patriot has fired against the SU-24. Another radar missiles coming in. Successfully hits, stuns that SU-24, so it's unable to engage with its radar missile. Patriot fires one more time, misses the SU-24, which is going to retreat to live another day. As the Patriot is now going to have to reload again with its HEPT. So again, we're just holding on, digging into this forest line. More artillery is going to come in right where my Patriot was, but I already told the Patriot to just move over a little bit. And it's a good thing I did, because the artillery would have been right spot on where that Patriot was. Now it's only just barely out of range, instead of right in the middle of that artillery. MiG-29S is there. Patriot engages quickly, as that another bunch of 4 HE bombs come in, basically guessing that my Patriot moved over here, but that was wrong. It moved over here. They're quickly reacquiring where my Patriot did move to, as the artillery I should say, is coming in. Going to be landing right where the Patriot is. Patriot's going to be backing up. It's going to get close to where the artillery is coming from, and get stunned up. But that seemed to be the last of their volley. Moving the Patriot back a little bit more because it does have such an exceptional range. It can afford to move back a little bit. Bringing in some supply is a Super Stallion, 3,700 liters. It's going to refuel the HEPT and repair all of my U.S. Marines and Riflemen 90s as well, as soon as it lands. That's definitely some desperate needed supply. Kent is still moving up his forces. I'm so glad that my allies have come to my defense to help me hold off this force instead of continuing pushing in the middle, because this would have been difficult to handle by myself. More reinforcements are coming in. Humvees are moving forward. Fortunately, the first tank shot did miss. I knowing how long it takes for the Tordy to reload, I managed to get the Humvees into the forest line and the Delta Forest there to accompany it. With the Tordy revealed, my longbow is almost fully rearmed. I'm going to be moving it up and try to take out that heavy-duty tank. But knowing that was sitting there waiting, my LVTPs veer off that road and are going to come up here to unload their Marines into this forest line quickly. We are now into the lead. This has been greatly back and forth. Been digging in, holding my own. They did manage to drop some bombs to take out my Humvee, so I do need to replace that. But so far so good for now. The smoke charade is coming up again. I'm going to be just smoking out this forest and just smoking all over this area. Just basically keep the enemy guessing on what we are actually going to be doing. Actually, the mortars are going back initially, but then I went, oh wait, you guys still have 40 rounds. Okay, you can keep on smoking. Excuse me. Actually, it's a good thing I did make that because it looks like they're trying to counter already where my mortars were. So mortars are successfully safe from that harm. And here we have a nice example of violations of anti-smoking laws going into effect as everyone is trying to light up and chain smoke simultaneously into this town, effectively reducing the habitability for anyone with asthma to near zero. It looks like another Mars strike is going to be coming forward. I guess it's going for, ooh, this artillery. This would be good. Ooh, one cluster hit. One miss. Artillery is trying to disengage. Those nodes are quick. And it sounds like they're going to be quickly out of range. So that was a good effort on their part, but then those mortars are successfully escaped. The entire town has been smoked off as the AMX-10Ps can start unloading their chasseurs. This is about the time you want to do it. You don't want to get too close to the village. There goes Chasseur 85, and they're going to be engaging the Carton-Yakaris. I wanted to move up my Rifleman 90 to the solo U.S. Marine 90s first to draw the enemy fire, see where to move the rest of my Delta Force and U.S. Marines. As we lag our way forward, I'm telling my allies that I'm going to be dropping a Deagle bomb right here. Try to make sure I don't hit their chasseurs, but tell them don't move forward anymore, because it won't work out for them. Carton-Yakaris getting a huge hit by the bomb, as well as the Sissy. Going to be taking out my Rifleman 90, but under the cover of the smoke, my U.S. Marines and Delta Force are going to be moving forward. Commodosies are moving back. As you can see, they haven't reinforced this town at all, because I guess they weren't expecting us to try to push forward. Longbow has moved into position and has engaged with the 40, with 3 Hellfire missiles successfully taking it out. Nebesky Beretti, more 15-man squads, are going to be engaging more of my 15-man squad. A couple of Delta Force making a cameo appearance. Commodosies, whole bunch of 15-man squads engaging. This has actually been a very unique engagement. A lot of stamina on the infantry forces as U.S. Marines are going to be trying to hold off the enemy forces. I moved the M1A1 Abrams up to try to help out. The U.S. Marines are spotting the Sissy for this Abrams, so that's definitely helping out. LVTP are ready to provide support. As the Marauder 2 is also going to be engaging these Carton-Yakaris over here onto the left-hand side. Delta Force, with the assistance of the Marines, are going to be taking that out. As I'm moving up forward, my LVTPs are also going to be entering into the town. Kind of risky, but I want to take out the infantry forces here. And that is a victory. Given the fact that I was engaging most of the enemy forces with very expensive stuff that they were throwing at me, I'm not surprised that I got the highest kills. I also got the biggest losses because I was taking quite a bit of hammering that entire fight. At the start, did hold off their big push. U.S. Marine 90 is going to take out the T-72S. Chaparral is also taking out quite a bit of helicopters. Nighthawk did its job, holding off the Commandosi that were pushing into that forest. Chaparral shot down the PU and a number of helicopters. And this longbow, invaluable, took out a mod, took out T-72S, took out 2 Ito 90s, 20 T-72S. All those expensive heavy-duty tanks, this longbow is the MVP, as the rest of my stuff did provide a little bit of fire support. So that was a good game. Definitely enjoyed playing it. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed this, and hit that little bell icon to make sure you don't miss a video that I upload, and I'll see you all in the next video.